प्रपन्न पारिजाताय तत्र वेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदेहे दुहे नमः. I welcome everybody to the Gita Jnana Yajna program by Academy of Yoga and Oriental Studies, Bhubaneswar. This is a lecture series on Srimad Bhagavad Gita by Dr. Indulata Das, Director, Academy of Yoga and Oriental Studies, Bhubaneswar. Today we will discuss on Adhyaya 1, that is Arjuna Vishada Yoga, and Sloka number 1. Sloka number 1 of Adhyaya 1, that is Arjuna Vishada Yoga. The Sloka number 1 is a question by King Dhritarastra to Sanjaya, who is describing him the events of the battle of Mahabharata. The sloka is like this. The question in the sloka form is like this. Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yujutsavah Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kima Kurvata Sanjaya. The Adhyaya or the prose form would be like this. Hey Sanjaya, Dharmakhetre Kurukshetre Yujutsavah Samavetaha Mamakaha Pandavaha Cha Eva Kim Akurvata. So this is the prose form. Now let us see the meanings of every word according to the Adhyaya. We will discuss the words. We will discuss the meanings of the words according to the Adhyaya, not according to the sloka. Thus, Sanjaya or Hey Sanjaya, that means O Sanjaya. Dharmakhetre means in the field of dharma. In the field of dharma, a pious land. Kurukshetre, in the field called Kurukshetra. The same Dharmakhetra whose name is Kurukshetra. Here Kurukshetra is the name of the field and Dharmakhetra is the adjective of Kurukshetra. Jujutsavaha means those desirous of fighting. Now Samavetaha means assembled or gathered. Mamakaha is from Mama. Mamakaha means those who are related to me, that means my sons. Pandavaha means the sons of Pandu. Chaiva means and also. Kim means what? Akurvata means did they do. Kim Akurvata means what did they do. So these are the meanings of every single word used in the sloka. Now the meaning of the whole sloka is like this. O Sanjaya, all the warriors desirous to fight have assembled on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, which is a pious land. What did my sons and the sons of Pandu do in the field? Describe to me. So this is the meaning of the sloka. Now let us elaborate a few words used in the sloka which are significant otherwise. Now dharma. The word Dharmakhetra is used. Now what is dharma? The word dharma is derived from the root dhru or dhri, which means to hold. Dharati lokan iti dharmaha. That which holds the lokan, the world or the creation, that is the various worlds of the creation, that is dharma. The basic moral principles which ensure the smooth running of the world is called dharma. Now Kurukshetra is Dharmakhetra because it is the field where the battle was going to establish dharma. Jujutsavaha, the word Jujutsava is the plural of Jujutsu. And what is Jujutsu? It is derived from Jujutsa. And what is Jujutsa? Yuddham Ichha Jujutsa. Jujutsa means desire to fight. And he who is desirous to fight is Jujutsu. And the plural of Jujutsu is Jujutsavaha. Now Mamakaha. It is plural of Mamaka. That means mine or related to me. Pandavaha. Pandava is plural of Pandava. The sons of Pandu are Pandavas. Sanjaya is He Sanjaya. The chariot driver of King Dhritarastra is named Sanjaya. Now there are very important questions which can be put for the sloka. Number 1. Question: why Kurukshetra is called Dharmakhetra? The answer is it was a battle between adharma and dharma, battle between injustice and justice. It was a battle to establish dharma. So it is called Dharmakhetra. Number two question. Second question is why Sanjay became the commentator? Why not anybody else? Sanjay was highly educated, a senior employee, chariot driver. He was the chariot driver of King Dhritarastra, no doubt. But chariot driver used to be a very important employee in ancient India. The chariot, not only Sanjay, but all the chariot drivers, they used to be very important employees in the courts of the kings in ancient India. Sumantra was one among the 8 ministers in the cabinet of Dasarath. If we come to Ramayana, in Ramayana also the famous chariot driver was Sumanta. He was one among the 8 ministers in the cabinet of Dasaratha. And the 8 ministers were like this: Dhrustir Jayanto Vijaya Surashto Rashtravardhanaha Akopa Dharmapalascha Sumantraschastam Vartavit. This is from Balakanda. The eight ministers were Dhrusti, Jayanta, Vijaya, Surashtra, Rashtravardhana, Akopa, Dharmapala, and Sumantra. And Sumantra was an expert in economic matters. He was not only a cabinet minister, he was very expert. He was an expert in economic matters also. Number 3 question. How could Sanjay describe the events in the battle which were taking place far away from him? It was not happening in front of him. How could he explain? How could he describe the events? The answer is that Sanjay was given Divya Drushti or supernatural sight by Sage Vyasa. In fact, King Dhritarastra wanted to know the details about the war. So Sage Vyasa said, I am giving you supernatural sight so you can see directly all the happenings of the war. He said, no, I can't see the horrors of the war. Let somebody else see it and describe it to me. So Sanjay was picked up. Sanjay was selected to get the Divya Drushti by Sage Vyasa. The sloka is like this. He said, Sage Vyasa says, Chakshusa Sanjayo Rajan Divya Neva Samanvitaha Kathaishyati te Yudhyang Sarvajnascha Bhavishyati. He gave 2 boons to Sanjaya. Number 1, he would be bestowed with Divya Drushti or supernatural eyes, supernatural sight. And secondly, he could know everything what is happening in the war. Not only everything what is happening, what is going to happen and what others are thinking, to what course of action they are going to take. Manasa Chintitam. That also you would be able to know. So the meaning of the sloka is like this: O king, Sanjay will be bestowed with supernatural eyes and be omniscient. He will report everything about the battle. This is the sloka. In the next sloka, Sage Vyasa says that he will be able to know everything, everything what is happening, what is going to happen, and what the warriors are thinking in their minds. He could know everything, and he would describe everything to you. So these are the few questions about the first sloka. Now let us discuss a little more about Sarathi. Details about Sarathi. Who could be a Sarathi or a chariot driver in ancient India? As I told, he was a very important employee in the courts of kings. So what are the qualifications and details about Sarathi? Number 1, Sarathi. Sarathi is the person who drives a chariot. He is the Sarathi. He is also known as Suta. Then Suta is a particular caste that is called Suta. Kshatriyat Viprakanyayam Suto Bhavati Jatitah. Manu says Kshatriyat Viprakanyayam. A child from a Brahmana mother and a Kshatriya father is Suta by caste. The caste of Suta, a person who belongs to Suta caste, has a Brahmin mother and a Kshatriya father. Now, what is the traditional occupation of Suta? It is driving a chariot. Now, anybody other than a Suta can also be a Sarathi. For example, Lord Sri Krishna, he was not a Suta, but he drove the chariot of Arjuna in the Mahabharata war. And King Salya, he was a king, but he drove the chariot of Karna in the Mahabharata war. So, anybody other than Suta also can be a Sarathi temporarily. Now, what are the qualifications to be a Sarathi? In Matsya Purana, we find the detailed descriptions, detailed qualifications of Sarathi. Nimitta Sapuna Jnani Haya Sikhya Visarada Hayayurveda Tattwagya Bhuva Bhaga Vichakhyana Bala Balagya Rathinaha Sthira Drushti Priyambadaha Surascha Kruta Vidyascha Sarathi Parikirtitaha. Number 1. Perfect knowledge of omens and prognostics, presaging good or evil. Nimitta Sapuna Jnani. He should have a perfect knowledge of omens and prognostics, which are going to happen about good and about evil also. Number 2, Haya Sikhya Visaradaha. He should have a comprehensive, complete knowledge about horses. He can train the horses. Number 3, Hayayurveda Tattvagya. He should have an expertise in treatment of horses. Medical treatment of horses. Then Bhuvabhaga Vichakhyanaha. He should have geographical knowledge of the various parts of the country. Then Bala Balagya Rathinaha. He should know the strength and weakness of the warrior who is riding his chariot. Then 6 is Sthira Drushtihi, a stable vision, resulting from a balanced mind with high concentration. He must have a stable vision. Then number 7, he must be a soft-spoken person. He should be speaking agreeably. Then Suraha, he himself should be expert in warfare. He should be a warrior. Then Kruta Vidyaha, he must be a learned person, not a fool, not an idiot. So Sanjaya was a fit person to give a running commentary on the Mahabharata war. So like this we come to the end of the first sloka. In the next lecture we will discuss about the subsequent slokas. Thank you for listening to this lecture. If you have any question, you may write it in the comment box. I will be happy to answer your questions. Thank you again.